See, hello everybody. I'm still just waiting on my guest here. Um, how are we doing, everybody? And Chris, I'm waiting on Chris to hop in here, but I figured this would be a good stream to guess test it out. Um, Hopefully everything runs smoothly for the rock fin later on tonight. Um, so I guess I will give a little bit of a background so everybody can know what this is all about. Um, Apparently we have gotten a little bit of flack, and I guess since the guest hasn't gotten here yet, then I'll go ahead and probably pull it up. That way we can go ahead and read it until they come in if they show up. But I will give them a little bit more time to try to show up. Let me know if my audio is okay, if my fan is not too loud. And trying to make sure that Rockfin is on. This is my first time on the Rockfin stream, so I just want to make sure everything is working out. Still showing scheduled. Come on, start. Yes, let me know when you are in. Says on the Rockfin, great. I'm looking you up there. Yeah, I'm going to go check to make sure that I am up on Rockfin. It should be. Yes, okay, I guess it says currently one watching, but it's still showing starting soon for me. So I guess I'll just go ahead and get started until the guest gets in here or until Chris gets in here. If nothing else, I'm pretty sure that I can bring up a couple of things to go through with and talk about. So I will start off here. Let's go to, I'm going ahead and share my screen. Hipper says, I thought something was wrong with my wheels with the screeching. Oh, is that my fan? My fan's too loud. Yeah. Let me turn that down. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, Yipper, let me know if that took care of it, if that's still a problem. Or maybe I need to turn my audio up a little bit. But I will go to one of the first correspondence which I had. Hey, John, it's good to see you. Let's see. So when I first noticed this message, it was during my conversation with Sabby Sabs. Hold on a second. I think I saw somebody's hopped in here. Let's see, let's sigh. Hey, what's up, Chris? How we doing, brother? So, oh, there you are.
What's going on, man? What's up, Marcus? What's up, everybody?
Good. Hello, Alex. How are we doing? And I might need you to, once I make sure that the Rockfin is up and running, I might need you to monitor the YouTube side.
Oh, all right. Either or.
Yeah, but anybody, I guess, respond in, I guess anybody who's on Rockfin, let me know that you're over there. That way I can say hello to you, shout you out, let you know that we do see you. But let's go back to the question and comments, where this whole thing is kind of generated from. Said Chris looking crisp on a Saturday night. Oh yeah, I didn't even do my welcome and saying hello to everybody. So shame of me. So I see Noli D out there. Hello, Noli. Glad to see you. Steven Torres. Got my brother Shadowban, which Shadowban will be on here later on tonight. I see Wesley out there. Yipper 99. John, of course, my good brother. Alex is there. Kelly, Dale. See, DJL says rock fan, no thanks. Well, it always cracks me up when people make comments like that. Yeah, no thanks. Okay, you don't have to be on it. And Jack should be on later on tonight, also along with Franco. So it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. Says you don't see Young Rock fan. Okay, let me try to figure that out. I guess it's going to be a little work in progress. But Chris, can you pull up the Savvy interview? And if you go into the comment section, you'll see what I am talking about.
The Savvy, which comment section on YouTube or?
Yes, on YouTube.
I don't see the link in the chat here.
No.
Let me go. What's going on, Marcus? How was your Saturday, man?
Oh, not too bad, sir. Not too bad.
How's your mouth feeling?
Feeling a lot better.
Okay, good.
Oh, I think that might be it. I think the rock fan might be up. Let me know. I think I see my mouth moving on the screen. Still working out the technical difficulty, so bear with us. Please don't abandon us. What's that?
No, I'm just laughing. I'm just laughing at the comments. Yeah, Marcus, I don't see it live yet there.
Alrighty. Yeah, it's still saying starting soon.
Yeah.
Well, what I will do is
It's telling me that we're live it's telling me that we're live. I can see it here from StreamYard, but I don't
yeah, I can see connected on StreamYard, but I do not. I see it says 2 currently watching on Rockfin, but unable to see myself moving or anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me hop back over here and give it a couple more minutes. And I see Jimmy is out there, and I see Variant. Let's see. So that's right. I was going to bring up what's going on. And even if we have problems with this one, this is not the end of the world. We can always get on the next one. We do have we do have the main show coming after this one, but the guest is not here either. So let's pull this up. Can you guys see what I got on my screen?
Yep.
All right. So check right over there one more time. And let me see something. So could you you see that? Can you read it for him?
Which one you want me to read? Abolish politicians comment?
Yes, that is the one.
Oh, 1 second. What did he say? Listening to y'all cry about disrespect to Black YouTubers is hilarious when you consider how often this show disrespects trans and queer people. Y'all also pretty much never have trans people on to talk. So much of the criticism that y'all are launching at the MSM, and I can't see the rest of the comments. You gotta click to read more.
Okay. It says your stream will appear when it is ready. This may take a few moments. So I guess it's still given.
Okay, Alex, Lady Alex said this is a specialty subject. I don't know if we should be scared or not.
Okay. I think I can see. Okay, I see 4 people currently watching. JFL, I see you. Respond. Hello. All right, so it looks like it is up on my end. Hopefully we are good to go. Now let's click back. over. And let me open this up some more. And so I responded, "You're entitled to your opinion." And then it said, "Everything is an opinion. On the left, majority of content creators are pro-trans and LGBTQ. I and Chris are against violence against the LGBTQ community, but we don't have to push your views if we don't agree. There are many channels you can go to hear what you want to. We don't vote nor have any control either way over legislation with which your community is pushing, which, by the way, the LGBTQ community has had far more success and has more power than the Black community. You don't support my beliefs. Why do I have to support your views?" And so it got calmed down a little bit more. It said, "I have calmed down a bit. I'm just saying that it sucks." And so I responded back from my other account. I says, "I can calm down and refocus also. As far as I'm concerned, my main issue is with sexual content with children. As an adult, I find no consensual. I find. Let me slow down and read that again. As an adult,
I'm fine with no sexual content. My movies get straight. As far as my take on trans issues, that may be tougher. I feel adults can do whatever they want with their bodies, but I draw a hard line when it comes to children doing surgery or chemicals to transition. Can't speak for Chris on any of this. Maybe a few other issues can be controversial, but I'm willing to," and you got to hit it.
Okay.
"But I'm willing to hear you out."
Okay. And then they responded, "I would absolutely love to have that conversation." So that's what led to the email, the emails back and forth. Oh, there we go. Now it's allowing me to go live.
Variant is correct, and so is Lady Alex.
All right, so let me hop back over. I didn't see the comments. Matt Marxist is in there with a new logo. The part of the problem is identity politics, including LGBTQ. There's been a couple of things which I saw of late, and it's just because one thing which I like to kind of talk about is the fact of a lot of the people who are very involved in the LGBTQ movement. I think they fail to realize everybody is not completely involved in that movement and following all of the nuts and bolts, and that has to be focused on also. Lady Alex says, "We shall truly be free, and we don't being up our sexuality first things when meeting others and define ourselves by it." And notice that, "Sorry, I spaced out." Got sucked into Ida B. Wells' doc. Well, my point of view was that however you want to, however you want to carry yourself in your life, if you are, if you're gay, lesbian, trans, whatever, that is your own preference. That is perfectly fine. I'm not trying to. I think what happens is some people misunderstand that everybody of faith is not a monolith. So, for instance, the evangelical community goes very harshly and likes to protest and do all these things, and I'm not doing any of that. You can do what you want to do. That's your business. But I'm going to worry about my business, and I think where some of the issues are coming in, which I feel is some people have a belief that I need to, if I'm not accepting your total belief system, then it's some form of hatred or anger towards you. And I reject that. To be honest, I am very very bored reading people's sexuality. Yeah, I guess you can probably help me a little. I'm a little off because I'm a little drugged up still from the oral surgery I had earlier in the week. So you guys bear with me trying to re-get my bearings. Yipper says, "I had a similar problem, and I was trying to understand someone's views, and I don't like group thinking." And they respond with, "Being pro-trans is group thinking. No, it doesn't matter if." Well, I got a couple of clips up here that I wanted to show, and I don't have a problem with anybody pushing for their goals or pushing for whatever causes they have and things like that. But it does matter how we do some of these things. And Chris brought this clip to my attention, and I felt like it was good to bring it up. This happened during the whole Dave Chappelle thing. Do you know which one I'm gonna bring up, Chris?
That's why I'm laughing already.
Well, you're like, oh Lord, what is it gonna bring up?
Already.
Let's see. Do I have it up right now or not? Crap. I don't see it. Did I have it? Do I have it? I thought I had this clip up. Oh, wait a minute. I might have to open up another window and bring it back up. Let's see. Let's read a little bit of comments. Noli says there should be anti-discrimination laws and equality, but should some comply? Just be. It shouldn't be a fight. Well, and that's my issue. I mean, like for instance, I feel like I should be able to have the opportunity to work wherever I want to without discrimination. Does my boss have to like me? No. Does the other employees I work with, do they have to like me or agree with anything that I believe in? No, they don't have to. I just feel like I should be afforded that opportunity. And I agree the same thing with somebody of the LGBTQ community. You should be able to have that freedom to be who you want to be, pursue your dreams, be able to find, employment, be able to, travel wherever you want to, all those things like that.
All of those things already exist. So this is why I don't understand what the constant wannabe victim nonsense comes from. I mean, I don't mean to be so harsh, but at the same time, like, we are black people, right? We're black men. Like, don't tell us about, don't come to me about how society doesn't look at you, treat you, make you feel a way. Like, at the end of the day, I really just want to tell them, get the fuck over it.
I figured I probably would be the bad cop tonight, but
I mean, again, as long as no one is targeting you, at least a group, as long as a group of people are not targeting you, as long as you can go outside and you don't have to worry about random acts of violence, then what you're essentially complaining about are all the jokes that are coming your way. You don't like the jokes. You know what? This country's been joking about people like us for quite a long time. I mean, there's a thing called blackface, right?
Yes.
Clearly that was not done to honor black people. It wasn't done to say, oh, I want to be like them. It was clearly done to make fun of them. So if you want to talk about jokes, they've been joking on black people, black men in this country far longer than they've been, joking on that particular community. You got to develop thick skin and you're going to have to deal with it. That's really pretty much what it is. Other than that, if someone hurts you on the basis of your sexuality, you will be charged.
Yes.
You will be charged accordingly. What more do you want? You are complaining about not being able to be married, etc., etc. You're allowed to be married now. You can share in the benefits of health insurance. Whatever benefits that come with being married, you now have access to it. So as far as I'm concerned, that was the last hurdle in terms of equal rights. What more do you want? I mean, again, I'm a little bit of a nerd and I'll be watching comics and things like this. Every single comic character is now being made to be non-binary.
Well, that's what I would actually, that's something where I have a question back for the LGBTQ community. I'm trying to find where's the line between equality and starting to almost force an ideology. I mean, as far as what I think, like, and I was like seeing something about trans kids and things like that. That's like, I think it's like what, maybe 1 million people out of a country of roughly 350 million people, um, you know, would self-describe themselves as trans. But yet, it's literally the power and force behind the trans movement. It's kind of a little like jarring to me that 1 million people have so much more power than I look at it like black. A lot of the black community can't get anything damn done, and our numbers are much higher than that. And I'm like, oh, I mean, what is going on here? And so I wanted to show this clip real quick. Chris, you remember this one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
This is a perfect microcosm of what I feel like is happening with movements like this.
Why is he breaking my sign? Why is he breaking my sign? Don't have free speech rights? Don't have free speech rights of all of you? Oh, look, there's such a... He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! Oh, you want me to drop my weapon? Yes. Okay. And leave. There's my weapon.
We're not trying to have a
I'm not disrupting anything.
We're trying not to have any.
I'm just here to say that jokes are funny, people. Dave Chappelle is a funny guy. I love Dave. I don't know why all the violence. I don't know why all the hate. I just love Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle. It's the Quark Comedy. They took my stick. My stick. They took it. My side. I need my postal board. It was $2.99. It was my money. What is that little guy doing?
Now, when we have people who are going to this level of you're literally not allowing somebody to be able to protest on their own. You're going to rip their sign out, violently rip their sign out of their hand, and then start ganging up like a lynch mob, aggressively yelling them.
And you're going to invade his personal space, right?
Yeah, you're invading somebody's personal space. I mean, technically, that could be a form of assault.
Correct. Well, I was going to say it's one thing to say, get the fuck out of here. You're a piece of, leave, get lost, kick rocks, what have you. But that little short girl, that little short person who jumped in his face.
Yeah.
Now, if he was to just hook off on her, give her a right hook, tell her go sit down or something like that, then it's, oh my God, you're so violent.
Yes.
So again, you can't violate people and then expect them not to react.
And that's what I'm saying.
And then say oh my God, look at the violence towards us. Look what you did. You brought that shit on yourself.
I mean, I wish I was trying to find this other clip. I had, it was Cassidy Campbell. And I know Cassidy Campbell eventually, he goes out on purpose, tries to rile people up, gets a rise out of people. There was a protest. Now, I don't know, somebody might have screen recorded or something, but I literally can't find the thing anywhere. I had it saved in my in my notes to go over. I had it, and it should have been in my history, but I can't find it anywhere on the internet anymore. Basically, one of the people was continuously kept putting their kids in front of him saying, don't record my minor, don't record my minor.
Yeah.
When you're doing things like that, that's when you're abusing, you're really abusing your rights, because everybody has a right to protest. All of us in America are supposedly supposed to have the freedom of religion and beliefs and all those things like that. I mean, even in America, it's not illegal even to hate somebody. If you want to hate somebody in the back of your own head, as long as you're not physically doing anything. Yes, I agree, Noli. That is child abuse. And he kept continuously trying to walk away from the people. Says, I would have died if you seconds. That would have been freaking hilarious. And I mean, as filming in public is legal, exactly. But what they're doing is a lot of these people are using their children as weapons, and I'm like, I don't know how sick that gets. I mean, I used to hate the fathers who would have their kid outside, you know, all hours of the night, you know, shooting, you know, free throws all night long because they wanted to go to the NBA and didn't make it. So now they're going to force their dream on their kid. I thought that was, you know, wrong. And I thought that was a form of child abuse. And to me, what I'm seeing a lot of this is reminding me of those same things. And don't get me wrong, there are, you know, there's actual violence which happens to trans people.
For sure.
That is a real thing.
That does happen. And
so,
nobody, but here's the thing,
we don't encourage any of that. In fact, me and Chris both would both be one of the first people to step up and physically defend them in a situation like that, because we do not condone that. We do not get down like that. But people should be able to have their rights to believe whatever they want.
Look at the bar on where I used to live, right? On like Sunday nights or Monday nights, there would be a lot of trans people like going into the bar. I guess that was their night, right?
Mm-hmm.
They sat outside, they drank, they partied, they laughed, they joked, they talked, they had a good time. Like nobody said anything to them. Now, if somebody was to walk up to them and just start shooting or, you know, pushing people, hitting them, just becoming violent, you know, that's problematic. That's not cool. That shouldn't happen. So again, I'm not for the lifestyle, but I'm saying what should not happen. I don't see where else you want to take the conversation.
Yeah. I want to read this comment here. Says Kia, the pissed off Canadian, says, I work in a homeless shelter. I don't get upset at being misgendered or wrong pronouns. I'm there to help, not push an agenda, but I draw a line at physical assault. And I would stand in solidarity with you on that issue. I mean, I wouldn't intentionally try to misgender somebody. If somebody wants to be, you know, go by a certain pronoun, he, she, they, it doesn't even have to make sense to me, because when somebody tells me they're a they, you're telling me you're more than one person. That doesn't make sense. And
no,
we have a lot of literally just changing the definitions of things, because a lot of people's feelings are and I'm like, have we gotten to this point where we're such a fragile society that every word offends everybody? I mean, one of the things which it frustrates me more than anything when I hear people start talking about like the Latinx thing. Like we can't have Latinx because then that's genderizing the language. Well, most languages are genderized, and they've been genderized forever. At a certain, if you start trying to strip apart language completely like that, then how are we even going to actually be able to communicate on any grounds? Actually,
Marcus, how are you going to identify anyone
or anything at a certain point in time? I mean, because if gender is fluid, then I guess then race should be fluid also.
Well, what Rachel Dolezal thought it was.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. If you're going to say, well, even though I have male genitalia, I am no longer a man, because in my mind, my new, and then I like this new thing I've been hearing, because I had never heard this argument until not too long ago, that gender is different than sex. Gender is a social construct. And I'm like, what? Where are you guys getting this stuff? Gender is not a social construct. It is not some kind of made up thing in people's head. Gender has always been masculine or feminine. That's what it's always been. Just like they has always been more than one person. Now, this redefining language to fit with people's feelings just does not make sense to me. That I know we're going to go ahead and touch that third rail, but the whole women thing, the whole issue of what is a woman and what's not a woman. I don't know if anybody saw the Matt Walsh interview on Dr. Phil, and he went in, and I guess maybe I could show a little bit of that. Because I figured that the guest would be in, but just in case the guest didn't come in, I figured I would have a little bit of things to show. Because I don't know, I had a feeling that they just might not show up. Variant says, I saw an option on a drop-down menu for gender, says doesn't know. You do know what it is. And here's my thing. What's so wrong with saying you're a man but you're gay? Just be honest with yourself. What's so wrong with saying I'm a woman but I'm gay? I mean, I don't know what now being gay, that's unacceptable anymore. You can't be a lesbian, you can't be gay. You have to be, no, I'm just the other gender now. I mean, this is just not making sense to me. Also, and if you decide, you know what, I'm a woman, but I like men and women. I'm a man and I like men and women. Okay, but trying to say science is not a real thing, and science is just all made up in our own heads, is where we have to draw a line at and try to keep with some sense of reality. And I feel like a lot of people in this movement, some of the people who are on the extremes, are pushing us into some crazy areas. I don't know, we're probably gonna get a lot of flack from this. and I've known that this is a long time coming, that we were eventually going to have this conversation. And since we're looked at as on the left in a sense, even though technically we're both actually apolitical. We don't fuck with neither one of these parties. Left wing, right wing. We don't care about communism. We don't care about none of these ideologies. We don't care about none of it. So I mean, that's what I'm gonna say. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just actually reading through some of the comments.
No, go ahead.
Going back to the violence.
Ed is a fool.
The issue, if you're a man and you want to be a woman, you can't go to straight men pretending to be a woman. That's where you're going to probably see a big percentage of that violence. Be who you are, but don't lie to people who are not of that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do that. Very many times you see those instances. So again, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay that you become violent towards somebody, but if you're going to mislead someone to that extent, then you better be prepared for what comes after it.
Yep. What Wesley says here is, and this is part of why this is all becoming an issue. Wesley says, I wonder if masculinity has become so repulsive and toxic that people are reacting to it with extreme psychologies. And that's what's going on because of, all the push against, what was it? Toxic male energy and all that stuff like that. I believe this is where a lot of this stuff is coming from. And the crazy part about it is, okay, you might be identify as her, or you might be a woman, but a lot of these people who are pushing, or the spear point of this, are still, were born white male or sex as a male. This is where a lot of this is still coming from. And it seems like it's not okay to just say, you know what, hey, I'm a white male and I feel persecuted also. No, now I have to otherize myself so that I'm not attached to the major power structure in this nation and separate myself. And I hate this because it's making me sound almost like I'm a right winger on here. And I hate that I'm even sitting there agreeing with any of the stuff which I hear right wingers saying, but it's getting so detached from reality, what we're seeing around here, unfortunately, it's putting some of us in some awkward situations. Um, let's see. I'm not transphobic because I'm sexually straight. That is ridiculous. I mean, and that's what it is. It's almost like there has to be some shame because you have a certain gender, and it's like just be who you are. You are a man, you are a woman. Now, if you decide you want to go do surgeries later on and start altering your body, that's your own. I mean, plenty of people do it all the time. Plenty of people get nose jobs, get boobs jobs, go and get their teeth fixed. People have surgeries all the time. People have all kind of cosmetic surgeries. If you want to change yourself or in your own mind improve yourself, whatever you feel like doing. But let's not try to restructure the whole society because it makes you feel uncomfortable. Because what that really is it's not that the society is making you uncomfortable. You're just uncomfortable. And you don't want to reckon with it on your own. Sorry if that's a little harsh, coming across that way. I noticed I saw a friend hopping. Hey, there it is. Dolores, glad to see you in here. And anybody else who's coming in, glad to see everybody. And make sure you say hi as you come in here. Don't just sit in the back. Please be a part of the conversation discussion. We can always learn, from everybody's perspectives. And we don't want to be the type of people who are shutting anybody out. So please, I didn't even pee on anyone. I gotta ignore Ed sometimes.
Yeah, you got
Ed, what are you smoking on tonight? Ed must have some fire over there tonight.
Ed has that, man.
Ed has some fire going on tonight. Marcus, the Northman is the most masculine shit I've seen in movies, and people hated it for it. It's the Vikings doing Viking shit in 900 AD. I think I was watching some of that a little bit earlier. It's pretty strange. I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. Plus, I was working on shit.
I told Ed, first of all, he got to email the shit he's smoking. First of all, Ed, send an attachment. I'll send you my email in a second. But I watched The Northman. What was that, like Monday or Tuesday? And it was just like, I didn't really get it. It was weird as hell. I kind of fell asleep, to be honest. I thought it was going to be like Braveheart or like Gladiator or something like that.
I mean, not to critique anybody, but I don't feel like it had even a storyline. I'm like, what is going on? And just like, let's just kill some people and like a lot of blood splatter. And then you see like loosely illusions of people hoarded up into slavery. And then illusions of like, it looks like a woman's about to go get raped over there, but it is not making any sense what's going on. And then all of a sudden he's like a king, and then he's in a cave with some, I don't know what's going on. I see Tina is in the building. Hey, Tina. Signs is in there. It says, I think the 13th Warrior had something to say about 13th Warrior. Was a good ass movie. I did really like that.
Is that the one with Antonio Banderas from like 99 2000? Okay.
Reality Revolution is in the building. Glad to see you. What does it say? Nobody says, I see. I don't care what you identify as. If you want to call me, sure. She, sure, I will call you she. If you want me to call you he, I will call you he. But they, them, that's not making sense anymore. It's just like the whole Latinx thing. You can't just change the Latinx things because you feel like, oh, well, because that's the language should be non-binary. The whole language wouldn't make sense anymore. It would be hard to even say sentences. You would literally turn most of the world into like basically pig Latin. And Ali is in here, says, Zims, Zir are my See, what the hell is a Zim and a Zir?
What is that? Is that for real?
I guess. I don't know, Ali. You have to tell us more about that because I've never heard that before. I heard another one was like ZSIE. And then it was like, well, is SIE the same as XIE? And it's like, you guys are fucking confusing yourselves. And why don't you like get this all hashed out first?
Wesley, you'd have to do that.
let's workshop this shit first. And then come back to everybody with something that actually makes sense. Because this is not making sense. if they degender language, I'm going to have to relearn French. Well, we have to relearn every language. I mean, literally something like 65 to 70% of languages are gendered. You literally, I mean, communication would just fall apart. I mean, and it's all because somebody doesn't feel comfortable at birth with what they were born as.
No, it was no, honestly, like earlier, I don't know what she was looking at, but she pulled down the menu for gender. It literally said male, female, trans, male to female, trans, female to male. I don't know. No comment. Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, get back to me later. I mean, it was basically those are the options. And I was just like, this shit is confusing as hell.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the Dr. Phil, but here's Matt Walsh. He's a conservative. I probably don't agree with this guy on probably anything else. But I'm going to just play a little bit of this. Yeah, I think it's like 2 minutes or so. But this is his exchange on Dr. Phil when he was talking to the LGBTQ advocates. Like, one was the pronoun is they, them, and their partner is they, her. I think I don't know. So it gets confusing, and then also once you start having to go through the pronouns, how you use all these different things in a sentence changes also. So it just gets more and more confusing. But here's the clip.
And then we dived into the pronoun question. Let's watch.
There should be no construct of gender, just sex. You're either male or female.
Right.
And someone feeling in a mental, emotional way that they don't identify with the sex that they have been biologically created as and assigned at birth based on their genitalia. If they don't feel that way, that there's no construct that describes that, experiences that.
Well, that's got nothing to do with the reality. So you can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. So your self-perception, you can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part in that self-perception or to take part in this kind of charade, this theatrical production. You don't get your own pronouns, just like you don't get your own prepositions or your own adjectives. You know, it's like if I were to tell you, my adjectives are handsome and brilliant, and no matter whenever you're talking about me, you have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. It makes no sense. You don't get your own pronouns. That's grammar. That's language.
So you think it's a delusion? Someone is self-delusional.
Yeah, I think it's delusion. It could be mental illness. It could be it's a lot of different things. With children, wow. You know, there's also just a basic confusion that all kids have. Like that's why when you hear a parent say, "Oh, my 4-year-old son came to me and said that I'm a girl now, and so that's what I'm gonna raise him as a girl." No, you're a 4-year-old. I have 4 kids. When a 4-year-old boy comes to you and says, "Oh, I'm a girl," here's a good follow-up question: what is a girl? Ask him what he means by that. What do you mean by girl? And when you ask him that, here's what he'll tell you. He will tell you what he really means is that he wants to do some of the things that girls do, like play with the dollhouse, or you know, he likes the color pink. That's fine. Play with the dollhouse, but you're still a boy. I hope you'll respect my preferred adjectives. Of course, the only problem with my adjective comparison is that unlike pronouns, adjectives are in fact subjective. But my point was that the adjectives I use to describe myself are products of my self-perception. I cannot demand that others perceive me the way that I perceive myself. My self-perception is not a joint project shared by me and the rest of human society. For adjectives, it's up to each individual to decide which ones they want to use to describe me. And in my case, a great many people use adjectives to describe me that I find quite disagreeable. I might feel insulted by some of those adjectives. I might lock myself in the bathroom and weep uncontrollably for hours because of them. I do that every day.
All right, yeah, that's the gist of what I wanted to share there. And I'm reading what Kia says in there, and you know, sorry, it's really sad to hear what you're saying there. Let me read this comment. At variant, it's more than a man in a dress. It's a deep form of body dysmorphia. I'm 41 and never felt comfortable in a male body. I can't fit my gender confirmation surgery. And I'm sorry to hear that you've never felt comfortable. And hopefully, the surgery gets you that comfort that that you're seeking out for. But I've also heard of many people who do have the surgery and they still feel uncomfortable. Some of those people reverse back from those surgeries. I'm not saying that'll be your case, but I mean,
but Marcus, at the end of the day, and again, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just calling it like I see it. Really, it is the men who want to become women who have the loudest complaints. They are the ones doing the most complaining. I very often don't see the women who want to become men complaining to the level that I see the opposite way. It's like, oh, the women who want to become men, they know, like, well, I'm not going to be able to make the basketball team. I know I'm not going to be able to play football with these guys. I know I can't swing a bat as hard as them. I know I can't run as fast as them. They go about their business. When the shoe flips, when the shoe goes to the other side, oh my God, like, oh, you have to take me on the girls' team. You have to put me here. I deserve to be here. No, try out, see if you make it. As it relates to the sports.
And I want to say, and thank you, Dale, over on Rockfin. Dale is giving us a super ray.
Appreciate it.
And I see, let's read this comment from Jennifer here. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess it's a little delay on my screen. So on the Rockfin, it's showing you a little bit delayed. But so I'm like, is Chris talking or not talking? But I'm sorry. the suppression and demonization of masculinity is the problem. I do believe that is a big problem that's going on. Both males and females are being heavenly programmed. I agree with that also.
There's a lot of, like, I don't want to call them psyops because they're not all psyops. Sometimes they're just regular people with a perspective, and they're not tied to any larger network. But even like in the manosphere, as they call it, right?
Yeah.
Like the Kevin Samuels part of the internet. Some of these guys are like, well, we're alpha males, and women should do this and that. But I listen to them very often. It just sounds as if like they just want to sleep with multiple women and have the main chick just basically deal with it, not complain, cook, clean, and continue to do whatever it is she wants to do. I don't think that's wise either, for a number of reasons.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope that we can, and I always want to make sure to put the disclaimer out there. We do not advocate any kind of thing which would be hateful or that, anybody who's has a negative, feeling towards the LGBTQ community. It's not what we advocate at all for. But we do think that, I do believe that it's important. So I'll speak for myself specifically, that language does matter. And when we start twisting things around, I mean, like, I'll give you a perfect example. Those who know, I'm a so-called, I guess, Bible thumper. In certain parts of the Bible, depending on the translation, twisting one word makes a huge difference in understanding of what's being said there. And I feel like we're starting to get into some of those territories where we're changing and confusing and mixing things up. I'm gonna show one more clip before I wrap this up so we can get ready to get started for the main show. But this I do not advocate for. Though I try to figure out how to say this best. Though I don't think he's wrong in some of this stuff because of my faith beliefs, I don't advocate this man's approach. There's no reason for you to go to an area which is predominantly of the LGBTQ persuasion and then shout out a message that's going to be inflammatory. And this, I don't know if you guys know who this guy is. He goes by the name of Pastor David Lynn. I feel like he's wrong in his approach, and they're also wrong in what they're doing. But this is stuff like this for the LGBTQ community. This kind of reaction and behavior always hurts your argument.
Marxists, I saw that too.
Yeah.
Don't walk in front of me. Don't assault me. I'm being assaulted. Global News. I wonder, Global News, if you're gonna actually put this on the news. Are you gonna actually put the truth on the news? I was assaulted twice. I didn't come for the homosexual community to tell them anything. Another assault from the LGBT community. Another assault. Another assault. These people are hateful. They should be locked up in jail. Every person that's assaulting people should be locked up in jail. You're breaking COVID-19 rules. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not trying to talk to you. I'm not trying to talk to those who don't want to hear me. If you don't like what I got to say, please walk on by. I'm not here illegally. I'm Canadian. What is that, a racial statement? I'm a black man. Get the fuck out of here. You are assaulting me. You are assaulting me. This LGBT people here, not everybody, these people here are assaulting me. Don't touch me. You touch me again.
See, now you see that? I'm saying.
You guys are being violent. Get a camera shot of every person that's being violent. Who's the violent people here? This guy right here. Get a nice shot. That's violent man number one that assaulted me. This guy here right here. Mr. Death Metal.
Yeah, and this is Pastor David Lynn. Now, I have more reasons why I think he's doing this. I believe that this is a person who is about self-promotion. And so he knows he's intentionally going to get a lot of attention. And so he does things like this because he knows he's going to get this harsh pushback. Well, it got him arrested, it got him on the TV, and it helped build his platform.
Correct.
And so, you know, I want to show out the ugliness because I believe both sides are you know,
because I mean,
atrocious.
look, if you see, look, if you don't agree with the lifestyle, even if you 100% hate it and you're like, oh, I hate these people, if you see them gathering, just stay away from them, move away from them. Just, you know, you understand what I'm saying? You don't have to go and be hateful, like so outwardly hateful. Just go to your house and hate from the comfort of your own house. You know what I'm saying? If you're that much against them, stay away from them. If it triggers you like that, stay away from it. You know, it's really that simple. So what he did there is a couple things. He's cloud chasing.
Yeah.
He's purposely like kicking the beehive. So now whenever they sting him a little bit, now he wants to say, oh, I've been assaulted. I've been this. I don't like that kind of shit either. You know, it's very disingenuous.
And this is what he does. I mean, and I noticed where'd she go? I'm gonna make sure to give her a shout out, let her know I noticed you in here. Frankie Lee, I see you. Glad you're back. Yeah, I haven't been able to get back to your message. Sorry, it's been a lot. I had surgeries. I've had just a lot going on, trying to set up interviews, trying to get this Rockfin stuff situated. And I wanted to read Kia's comment. I respect your views, even if they are not aligned with mine, as long as we can have this honest discussion. I appreciate this dialogue. I appreciate it also. I appreciate you being here and added into the discussion, because we can never get anywhere if we can't have compassion enough to listen to each other and try to meet each other on some kind of grounds. We're not going to always agree 100% on things, but we need to all be able to treat each other like human beings and have these conversations and have a level of compassion. Nadia, I see you out there. Nadia says, Pastor James David Manning can get pretty nutty with anti-LGBTQ. Yeah, this is David. Well, I don't know about. I have to look into him. Not as familiar with him. I try not to go into the bee's nest and doing that. Willem, I see you in there. Oh, I see Uncle Warren. And so, yes, it says I identify as a YouTube comment. That's funny. But yeah,
Warren, what's up, man?
we're gonna close this stream out and then get ready to set up for the show. We will have on our good friends and colleagues and brothers. Mr. Franco from Frank Analysis will be joining us tonight. We'll be having Shadow Band and Jack Sith. And so we're going to talk about, some Bilderberg stuff. This is back into like our old school wheelhouse. Hopefully I have my, let me double check it real quick. I uploaded a new intro. So I will be debuting a new intro. Gotta figure out how to send it to myself because I can't find it. I don't even see it. That way it can be ready for the show tonight. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Just bear with me, people. Franco says, thank you. I'm restarting my computer. So Franco is getting ready. And I also want to hop off of here. That way it will get Rockfin enough time to be nice and caught up. So it's not buffering behind. Okay. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Here we go. Put this in here.
Wow, Marcus,
so I can send them. Oh, what was that?
We're actually kind of somewhat running on time. That's good.
Yeah, we are.
Like, yo, go play the numbers today, y'all. 6, 11,
yeah,
22.
Definitely. If we are, and I see Thomas in here.
My
also.
man, I thought I saw.
Yipper said the Bank Sisters also had a video out about the left. The Banks Sisters also had a video out. This left should cowered away from, and maybe we should talk to the Bank Sisters. I've been wanting to. So I'll probably go hop in their DMs and see if we can get them on. Plus, we got Juneteenth coming up, and so I think it'd probably be a fun conversation. So, I don't know. Look for that. And you guys who listen to the Bank Sisters, make sure to go in and prod and poke them and say, hey, you guys need to collab with the Political Matrix. So, that's something I like to do. I see Baba Yaga. You never heard of the Bank Sisters?
Mm-mm.
Oh well, I'll send you some of their stuff. But
or maybe I've seen them. I just didn't know.
You know who they are. You just you might not know them, but you know who they are. In fact, wait a minute. When you were on Reef show, Reefer After Dark, they came on. Remember when I was hopping off and they were hopping on? Yes. That's the Bank Sisters.
Okay.
So that said, we will be back in a few moments. I'm going to hop off here and get ready for the next live. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And if it's your first time tuning in to the Political Matrix, hopefully you guys enjoyed the conversation. Anything that you guys would like for us to talk about that you feel like the left isn't talking about or scared to talk about or shies away from, we try not to shy away from anything.
They're scared of everything, Marcus. Come on. Let's be real.
I'm trying to be a little kind to him, but definitely, everybody knows my DMs are wide open, so you guys can always DM me, let us know.
Marcus, well, I guess I'll ask you on the next one, but I was going to ask you when was the last time we had a congressional hearing take place at 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening? Do you ever recall that? I was asking people earlier. Do you ever remember a prime time congressional hearing?
No.
It's usually in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
No, John. We're gonna end this one, but there should be another stream, and you'll see it coming up live. So make sure to just so it doesn't sing you on, because I know it does not suggest me. it doesn't even suggest me to follow up my own video. So you'll have to make sure to be on the Political Matrix and then click onto that other one. Frankie Lee says, love this show. Thank you so much, Frankie Lee, and glad you're here.
Warren, thank you, man.
Hopefully everybody can, have peace and harmony in the chat, and we can all, just have a good time. But that said, we're going to close this one out, and we will see you guys on the other side.
We'll see you in a few minutes. We ain't going nowhere. It ain't over.